I'm very excited about how they're working, how detailed they are. They're in all the time watching footage of practice and Wake Forest clips of Coach Elko's defense and technique, and they're just so committed to it right now. And then you get on the field and they're working their butts off. So it's certainly not clean and polished and where it needs to be, but I love the way the guys are working, and we're just every day we're taking a step forward.
Just general terms, how is the scheme and approach up front different than it was?
Well, for the
Prior to
defensive
now.
linemen, it's not as much. There's no, schematically, it's a little bit of a difference, but in terms of coming off the ball, vertical penetrating, knocking guys off the ball and creating a new line of scrimmage, and then trying to create pass rush, which I think we're going to be able to with some guys that we have. It's not that much difference, but there's some movement differences that we do within the scheme, and some, if they do this, we're going to do that.
Right.
I mean, that's some major differences there, which is a positive for us. It puts our guys in some good situations, so that's exciting, and the guys see that, and they see production coming their way, which D linemen, they want to have production, right? They don't want to just be taking on double teams and combos all day, and a lot of things within Coach Elko's package allows them to do that. So that part of it gets the excitement going, and it generates a lot of enthusiasm. So. I'm super positive about where we are. We got a long way to go, and we're only in practice 4, but the guys are working hard.
Who have you seen that has benefited most from, crease the gap, get after it?
Well, number one would be Dalen Hayes. He's on the edge. He's in a stand-up. He's in a two-point stance. He's an athlete. He's not a trained put your hand on the ground defensive end. So he's played running back in high school. He's done a lot. So he's just standing up in a two-point, and he can see things better, and he can diagnose quicker, and so he's able to be more productive. Jerry Tillery, Daniel Cage is really doing a nice job. Bonner is doing a good job. Jay Hayes has really flourished. I really like where Jay Hayes is right now, and he's working at end with Trombetti and Khalid. Even before Ade, Ade missed today's practice, but Ade is doing really well. So I can't think of a guy, even like Brandon Teesom and those guys, that Brandon's so far away, but he's taking steps forward.
Right.
So they're benefiting from some schematic changes and just the detail of what they're working on.
Is this? I mean, you talk about when I look at Jerry Tillery and see the length and the ability that he may have to get through some gaps. I mean, this is his time now, right?
Yeah, he's got it. Yeah, he's being challenged. We're demanding a lot from him, and it's every day, it's every practice, it's every period we're in. We're going to grind Jerry Tillery to play up to his potential and to develop into a great dominating defensive tackle, because he can do it. And I think he's committed to it now. I think he's spending a lot of time on a craft that he needs to. He's in all the time. I might be eating lunch, and he comes in and grabs a seat and watching what I'm watching, or just asking questions, and he's really committing himself to it, and that's what it's going to take for him.